Goodwill. See our faces. Learn our names. Hear our stories. In 1902, Edgar J. Helms, a Methodist minister working in Boston, wanted to help the destitute, mostly immigrants, living in the city's impoverished South End. He conceived the idea of collecting unwanted household goods and employed poor men and women to repair and refurbish them for resale. Income from the sold goods paid the workers' wages. The system worked, and the Goodwill method of self-help was born. Today, many people know Goodwill as a place to donate used clothing or household items, a place to find a real bargain. But did you know that Goodwill is also a place where thousands of formerly unemployed individuals have been given the opportunity to earn a living and the chance to succeed in life? A place that helps individuals transition off welfare and become wage earners through its employment and training programs. A place that trains individuals with severe disabilities for a janitorial career through its federal contracts program. A place that provides special needs youth with real-life work experience through its work experience program. A place that values its employees and understands the importance of giving back to the community. Welfare is a common way of life for thousands of families in Omaha and Council Bluffs. Oftentimes, children brought up in the welfare system raise their own children on welfare. Goodwill is helping to break this cycle. Through our Employment First and START programs, welfare recipients are aided in the process of transitioning off public assistance and back to self-sufficiency. These individuals have a variety of support services to choose from, such as life skills training, literacy classes, mock interviews, and job search assistance. Occupational strengths and interests are identified, leading to career development and, for many individuals, a renewed sense of self-worth. Individuals like Candy Nunez.
On weekends, we stayed in the car. My dad and my mom was alcoholics, and my dad always beat my mom up.
Candy was raised around alcohol and abuse. She recalls every weekend as a young child sleeping in the family car with her sisters after her father had beaten her mother. Candy wanted a better life. As a single mother, Candy struggled to keep a job. Something as simple as completing a job application was impossible for her to do. Candy was illiterate, and she was physically limited from severe arthritis in her hands. Candy received help through public assistance, yet despite her disabilities, she wanted to work, especially with special needs children.
All my life, I tried to support my kids and tried not to have them depend on welfare, that you get up and get a job. That's what life is getting up to get a job.
In 2000, her social worker referred her to Goodwill's START program. Candy was provided with an employment specialist who taught her how to complete an employment application and conduct an effective job search. Today, Candy is employed with Goodwill's Outsourced Solutions. Through this division, individuals with special needs perform a variety of contracted projects for area companies. Candy is now a proud and productive member of society. She is a wage earner and is currently enrolled in literacy classes. Coincidentally, she is pursuing a lifelong dream. Her job at Goodwill allows her to work with students with special needs.
Goodwill has given me courage and happiness and a job and hope for my future.
At Goodwill, failure is not an option. We pride ourselves in being able to provide a variety of employment services offered to individuals from an array of economical, social, and educational backgrounds, including young adults with special needs. Goodwill's Work Experience program empowers today's youth by providing them with the tools necessary to succeed in the competitive workforce. Special education high school students are taught the importance of personal responsibility and the value of a paycheck. Students like Adam Pusman. Adam first walked through the doors of Goodwill several years ago. He was in need of job training that would prepare him for the working world once he graduated from high school. With his confidence and carefree attitude, Adam enrolled in our Work Experience program. Through this program, special education high school students take the first steps in making the transition from an educational setting to a professional work situation. They are taught the importance of holding down a job, and for many, earning a paycheck for the first time in their lives. Adam acquired skills and experience in areas such as retail, clerical, custodial, and production. When he completed the program last fall, he was assisted with job placement. Recently, Adam was hired as a custodian at Stratcom through our Federal Contracts Division at Offutt Air Force Base. Since starting his new job, Adam comes home every night from work with a smile on his face.
At the base, to clean and have fun. I had a blast over there.
He always comes home with a smile, so I know he's had a good time during the night, or he wouldn't want to go back again. Goodwill has always been good for us. We feel lucky. We feel blessed that it's happened the way it has happened. It's just from school right into a job, and we wish it was that easy for everybody.
Once an individual completes a Goodwill job program, they are encouraged to apply for available positions throughout the agency. The custodial field is one such area. We provide custodial services and postal operations at Offutt Air Force Base, Stratcom, and federal office buildings. Employees work in a supportive, team-oriented environment and are provided with continuous encouragement and assistance. Individuals with severe disabilities perform most of the work. Individuals like Paula Ross.
It's better now. My mother was old and she passed away, and now you're on your own and you work for Goodwill.
For many years of her life, Paula Ross, who is hearing impaired and has limited reading ability, was placed in various institutions because her parents were led to believe their daughter was developmentally disabled.
And so we took her to Denison to a group home, a work facility that we thought she would like, and independent living. And she cried because it reminded her of the institution that she was in when she was a child. And she likes things better now because things are calmer. It's not like the institution where people are angry.
When Paula was first hired as a custodian in our federal contracts job program in 1995, she was shy, withdrawn, and her self-esteem was non-existent. After a short period of time, she began to blend right into the workforce, and from then on she became a vital part of the organization. Despite being profoundly hearing impaired, Paula has learned to adjust to a hearing world. She does everything she can to communicate with her peers, both through gestures and sign language. Before she came to Goodwill, Paula admits her life was unproductive and lonely, but now her job at Goodwill has allowed her to feel like a part of the community.
She really blossomed. She just came out of her shell. She was outgoing. She wanted to go do things. She wanted to take care of herself, cook for herself.
Each time you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you help fund employment programs for individuals with barriers to self-sufficiency, barriers such as physical and mental illness, abuse, housing issues, child care concerns, chemical dependency, and literacy problems. Each year, we are able to provide job training and employment placement to thousands of individuals throughout the Omaha and Council Bluffs communities. At Goodwill, nearly 40% of individuals employed with us have a disability or disadvantage. Goodwill employees come to work knowing they are making a difference in the lives of others.
We're producing lives for individuals with disadvantages and disabilities, and I can think of no other word but awesome that would describe an agency that can do that.
It's been over 20 years since Shirley first came to Goodwill. Hired as a part-time receptionist, today Shirley is the Associate Retail Operations Director, managing the day-to-day operations of the agency's production and transportation of donations. She has experienced a lot of changes in her years of service to the agency. When asked why she has stayed for so many years, Shirley has two answers.
The people is why I stay at Goodwill. The executive staff will give you the opportunities to grow if you'd like to grow. They encourage you to grow. And also the mission of what we're all about. It's great to be able to come to work at a place every day that you can actually see the good works that Goodwill does.
Goodwill has traveled a long road from the days of putting homeless people to work, refurbishing unwanted household goods, to providing sophisticated job programs and career opportunities to individuals with barriers to self-sufficiency. We give people a chance to reach their fullest potential, to celebrate their strengths, to be challenged, to feel valued, to know what it is like to succeed.
Every day, I have the opportunity to see people's lives change for the better because of our mission. I see a sense of pride and accomplishment in the eyes of people who haven't had the opportunity to work, who have struggled to support themselves and their families. Goodwill is a place where each employee plays an integral role in helping others reach their goals, rebuild self-worth, and regain a sense of accomplishment.
If you have ever made a contribution to Goodwill, you have helped someone with a mental illness get a job.
If you have ever employed a Goodwill graduate, you have helped someone become a wage earner.
If you've ever shopped at a Goodwill store, you have helped a single mother transition off of welfare.
If you've ever donated your usable goods to Goodwill, you've helped someone with a physical disability realize their self-worth.
Goodwill. See our faces, learn our names, hear our stories.